let's talk a little bit about the local Yokels website. So the Local website had a food delivery service. So the food delivery service was something that they would use to deliver fresh food to people who wanted to order that stuff online. And it was, garden to table, basically. It was directly from the suppliers to the people who wanted to consume it. Now, with this, there was a lot of logistical issues because they needed to make sure the orders were in to let the farmers know what they needed to pack. So when they went to pick it up, they had it ready to go. And this was height of the pandemic. So this was a real important piece of the puzzle. Now, the other piece of this is they needed to be able to integrate FreshBucks and the FreshBucks card number. And they wanted to be, and those FreshBucks cards were based on a food subsidy program. And so they had these two complex issues. One, they needed to be able to cut off subscriptions at a certain time, or not cut off orders at a certain time, but also take a different type of payment method that wasn't typically supported inside of Shopify. So here's what we went and did. So we went and created them a custom app. And this custom app essentially allowed them to use a third-party app known as Recharge. And it would use Recharge in order to do the charging. Now, the custom app would look for those charges that were recharged or that were pushed through, and then it would notify the people that it was time for them to go and pick the items that they were set to go and ship. And then once they did that, then there was a cutoff time. And so the app would allow them to select the cutoff time. So if you go into a product and you add the product to your cart and you select, I want it delivered every week, we add this to my cart. And then I go to my first cart and I go to checkout. The local delivery has a date and time, and we were able to restrict the dates and times of when they were actually able to deliver this stuff based on when the order was being purchased. So say I wanted it only on the 17th, I would have to then pick the time in which I wanted to have it delivered. And also local delivery, I would add my postal code in there. This was a U.S. company, so it's a U.S. postal code. So I believe this was a Seattle postal code. Let's get a Seattle postal code here. So 98039. Search. Then we could select when they were delivering in that area. And we could select their delivery window. And then we could go to checkout. And then what this would do is it would pass that information over to the checkout page. Now, I want to go in, this thing is in the window here, in the way. We're going to check out as a guest because I need the right shipping information in there. All right, and let's go. This would be Washington. Let's put the same postal, oops. It's wrong in there. Let's put the same postal code in, 039, and Seattle. Let's see if it will auto select them for me. Address. $98104. And as you can see, when it was available, it would then show up and it would set the delivery price for that particular item. So I could pay by PayPal or I could pay by credit card, and I could add a tip if I wanted to as well. And so all of this stuff would then go into their recurring subscription and back update Recharge. So they were able to dynamically capture that information for the customers when they went through the flow, and then set the default information inside Recharge. Now, if the customer changed or they moved, they could go into Recharge and change it. But this really improved the customer experience, making it really easy for them to go and purchase items and then get them delivered to them right away. Now, the FreshBucks part, we ended up using discount code. So the FreshBucks, they would have to go to this page here, FreshBucks. Let's go add. These are the products that were available for FreshBucks. There we go. So when a product was added into the cart that did qualify for a FreshBucks, because there were certain products that qualified or didn't, they were able to enter their FreshBucks card and their security code. And when they went and did that, it would discount the order to 0 because they went and applied their FreshBucks gift card to it. So that custom app that we did worked with the discounts API in order to allow them to accept FreshBucks cards without ever having to offer it to everyone. And then when they got it, they could use their internal system in order to go and charge the card and remove the values from that. And then they would be able to go and deliver the food. And then I believe the FreshBucks cards, they got updated by either the state or I think it was from the state or maybe even from the city every week to the people. So the people could have weekly deliveries, pay for it with government subsidies, and make it super, super easy. So they only have to set it up once and the food would show up every single week. Because you could imagine if someone is already in a position where they're having difficulty getting groceries, to have to go in and make the order every single week on a computer is really, really taxing. So they would be able to go into like a public library, set up their recurring subscription and not have to think about it again. And then local Yokels could deliver this stuff and get it directly to the customer. So really thinking about what the customer's experience was and then using the technology in order to allow them to do it was the big success of this project. Anyway, if you are looking to do something similar like this, if you have some sort of complex payment system or you need to be able to apply discounts in a certain way, please reach out to us. We do these things all the time. You can do so at sumblesystems.ca. Or if you would like, you can join the community at expertbymonday.com/community and send us a DM in there, and we'll be happy to let you know how to make this stuff happen for you as well. All right, that's everything for this one. Hope you're having a great day.